balls so dry, they explode like dust. Suck my balls, suck my balls.
You must suck my golf balls. Mommy?
Yes?
Suck my balls.
You got a lot of growing up to do, buddy. Suck my balls.
Sorry I'm different, but you can just suck my clit and my balls. You know what? You know what? That's what. Suck my clit and balls. I don't have to suck your balls. Before this day is over, you will suck my balls. Suck my balls, fat ass. I will. I will suck your balls, Kyle. And I will get down on my knee and I will suck your balls. I'll suck them dry, Kyle. Suck my balls, Kyle. Well, excuse my French, Mrs. Marsh, but you can suck my fat, hairy balls.
Suck my big balls in your hairy butthole. Suck your big balls in your hairy balls in your hairy butthole.
What is that?
It's my balls.
God damn it, Carmen! How would you like to suck my balls?
What did you say?
I'm sorry. Actually, what I said was... How would you like to suck my balls, Mr. Garrison? Holy shit, dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's right.
We're back.
We're back. Welcome to another edition of your favorite South Park review show of all time. Thank you.
Suck my balls, suck my balls. My balls, my balls. Suck 'em dry.
Suck My Balls, a South Park review.
That's
I,
right.
of course, am your host in the heat, and I can't be beat. I'm your guy who's high. And this air's Jai. Yeah, boy. M-S-G. That's right.
Smooth operator.
That's right, baby. Now you're dealing with that throat operator. We took a week off, and I feel like we're uberly refreshed here. Of course, I am joined as always by the OG, the Mac Daddy himself. Time out, the S-C-O to the O to the B.
Time out. Scoop.
Scoop. Laka shaka, laka shaka, laka. Careful now. Scoop shaka.
A little excited.
Got a little excited there because
Happy to be back.
We're back for another edition. I say with that. Stupid. Our boy, though, unfortunately, he's not here because he's still on vacation in Maine.
Or, well, fortunately.
Or, he went to Australia. We don't know. Maybe he never existed. Maybe it was all
in our head.
Mandela effect. That's what happened. Joe was never here. But, Joe, if you are real, we want a special shout out to you because we know how much you love the holiday season.
That's right.
So, for one last time this holiday season, by the way, we're still going to get you when you come back. We are going to ring in the new year with you, Joe.
That's right.
So, if you start this podcast right now at exactly, I don't know, what time is it? How far are we into this thing? So, if you start this podcast at exactly 12:50 from this exact moment now, we can ring in the new year together, Joe, because me, you, and Scoop, we've created something special as we end 2021.
That's right.
So, Joe, we want to send a special Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year, of course, to everybody listening on the podcast right now. So, if you'll take a moment, join us as we count you down into the brand new 2022. We're at the 22nd mark. Think about your loved ones. Think about your friends. Think about all the new things you want to do this year.
Kicking this year's
Ladies and gentlemen, let's do it in approximately 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And of course, happy freaking New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Joe. We miss ya. We can't wait for you to come back to the podcast, for you to tell us about all of your journeys and all of your expositions. We love you, Joe.
We miss you.
We miss you. Come back.
Oh my God, Joe.
Anyway, Happy New Year.
We love you, Joe.
Also, Happy New Year to the listeners. I know it's kind of a weird start, but we're back for another edition of a South Park review. How you doing?
I'm doing.
Are you feeling great?
In fact, I'm feeling pretty good because this rendition of this episode is something to behold in. So your mission is welcomed.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, on this specific episode of South Park, yeah, that was kind of dumb. On this specific episode of South Park, it's titled South Park is gay. Gay. I know it's kind of weird to say it like that, but ladies and gentlemen, South Park is gay, and we're back to review it for you. As we mentioned, we took a week off, but before we get into it, we also want to let you know we really appreciate you continuing to download our podcast, because last month we had our highest, I know I keep saying this every podcast or every month, but literally, Scoop, I'll show you the stats right now as I pull this up. We had the highest numbers for our downloads, so we just want to send a special shout out to you, the listener. Thank you for constantly sharing, subscribing, and hanging out with us this year during the COVID downtime as we get ready to move into 2022.
Thank you guys so much.
Dude just saw the number. He was like, holy shit. So,
Jesus Christ.
I mean, basically what we want to tell you is we'll be upfront with you. In the 1 year that we've been on this podcast, almost 25,000 downloads we've gotten for the 105, 106, now 107 episodes we've done. So we appreciate you. And we hope to double that. So let's get 50,000 next year, and let's keep growing this podcast. And you guys can keep downloading the library. Tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your brother, tell your sister, tell your uncle who's sitting at home right now with nothing to do. Download South Park Podcast and listen to it and enjoy it. But South Park,
all up in your ears.
South Park is Gay is the 8th episode of season 7 and the 104th overall episode itself. It first aired on Comedy Central on October the 22nd, 2003. Scoop.
Have we ever hit any episodes on that day?
I mean, we kind of did in our first season. Remember when we did the April Fool's Day?
Oh, yeah.
Or the second season, I guess it was technically, but it was still our first season of recording. But yeah, this is episode number 107, as we usually are 3 numbers ahead of the actual number there because of the movie breakdowns and the pilots, which you can go back and listen to all 106. They're now 107, but October 22nd, 2003. Scoop. I know as we continue to go down this journey of the timeline, but we get to reveal ourselves as how old we are. I mean,
and I just had a birthday.
18 years ago was when this episode primarily aired on television. I would have been 15 at the time because I'm 33 right now, 15 going on 16. And I think we had just moved to Montana. So this would have probably been one of my only solaces. South Park, because I love South Park. It was great. But on this episode, the town of South Park.
17.
Whoa. 17. 17. When you, there's a time and place for everything, and it's in college. When you're 17, no, 17. 17's right.
17.
So the town of South Park celebrates this new hip metrosexual craze, Scoop. So we're going to kick off the episode here. And if you're just catching up or you haven't listened to us in a while because you're going through the library, we have changed up our couple formats a couple times from the early first 10 episodes of the first season. And then we were like, yeah, we got to change this up. And then we stuck with that pretty much all the way through this season. And it wasn't until we decided to kind of change it up in this mystery science theater style where we more or less kind of comment over what we're seeing now versus clipping it. So let's get into this episode here. And we haven't been copyrighted by Viacom, so shout out to you. Thank you for letting us do this.
Yeah, we love you.
The only time they've really had to get us with a copyright strike is when it came to music. So thank you, Viacom, for not hitting us. But let's start this episode here.
Oh my God, you guys are not going to believe what happened to me last night. What? Tell us. So I'm watching the season premiere of Boy Meets Boy on television, and then Queer Eye for the Straight Guy comes on. Right? So I fall asleep in front of the TV, and when I wake up, I see that I've spilled the Coke I was drinking all over my satin pajama top. Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh my
that was the cutest top ever.
That's the cutest top ever.
Oh, tell me about it, Kendall.
Kendall.
Hey, dudes.
Kyle shows up, not Metro.
Okay, this is not going to work, Kyle. We need to change
What a
you.
dork. What? Nice jacket, Kyle. Polyester is really the hot fabric this fall.
Seriously, it's
This
time
is the
for a
jacket I always wear.
makeover.
You gotta get with the times, girlfriend. Yeah, that jacket is so September 10th. Oh my God,
September
you've got
10th?
splotches on your neck. Are you using any
For
exfoliating
September
products at all?
11th?
We can't let Kyle out in public like this, you guys. Come on, Kyle. We're giving you a makeover.
There you go.
Oh, my chance.
All right, so now I don't want to get hit for copyright. So as they're going through the song there, you heard they're going through this, makeover session here. We've got Kenny, Kyle, Cartman, and Stan. They're all getting, pedicures, manicures, shopping at stores called Marcy's.
And then the slow walk with the...
Yeah, that slow walk there at the end.
It's classic. I love it. I can't.
And this is all due in part to the show Queer Eye for the straight guy. Now, what's I find relevant about this, 2003, 18 years later, it's like we're reliving it again. Queer Eye for the Straight Guy got hella popular again the last couple years on Netflix. And I would have to say now in 2021, being Metro is actually really accepted. No one gives a shit anymore.
Yeah, really. And no one really does. I mean, I'm going to admit, I've watched Queer Eye for the Straight Guy.
I've never watched it.
The new ones? No. It's pretty good, man.
Can't do it. But so if you didn't understand what was going on in that scene at the bus stop, Cartman, Kenny, and Stan are talking about Stan having ruined his new pajama top and overly affectionate voices, or effeminate voices, I'm sorry. All three are also wearing new clothes that make them look gay. For example, Stan has a fishnet style vest on and Kenny has a new pink purple parka. I got to say, whatever Kenny wears this episode, though.
Those pants, me. Say you take it in the butt.
We'll get there. But what I was going to say is with Kenny itself, what I really liked about him is I like the pink and purple parkas he wears in this episode.
Yeah,
honestly,
but where the fuck did he get the money to buy it?
I don't know, but that's true. But I don't know. But they're so sexy. I kind of want a pink parka when we get to it later. I'm like, damn, I kind of want this pink parka now. It's cool looking. Kyle arrives. As you heard, I'll wear it. Kyle arrives as you.
I wear it too.
Okay, exactly. Kyle arrived in his normal jacket and.
Has I got a pink shirt on?
His normal jacket, and I guess his hat is like we're referring to it as a Ushanka. I didn't know it's not what the name of it was before we looked this up today. Cartman begins making fun of him, saying his clothes are out of date, and then they gave him that makeover. So now at home, as Gerald and Sheila are watching Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, they're like, wow, there's a lot of gay shows on TV. And Kyle comes in, and Gerald's going to freak out a little bit, thinking like he's turned gay. And Kyle's like, I'm just trying to fit in, Daddy. Stop being so silly. Oh my God. It's it.
Silly buns.
Then it's Boy Meets Boy, followed by Will and Grace, and then the Love Boat.
The Love Boat.
My goodness,
With
there
men.
are a lot of gay shows on television these days.
Yeah, I think it's great that gays are finally being
It's
so
great.
accepted.
He's all like trying to be accepted. And then he sees his son.
Dad.
Right.
Kyle, what's happened to you?
I'm just trying to fit in, Daddy. Don't be such a drama queen.
Just trying to fit in, Daddy.
Oh my
There's
God.
that chill,
Come on,
Daddy.
Sheila. We better
Chill,
go tell the other
Daddy.
parents what's going on.
This part's great. So now Gerald goes over to Randy's house.
Gerald. Sheila.
Hey, Gerald.
We need to talk to you
Hi,
about the
Gerald.
Sure, come
Because
on
all
in.
the dads
guys
are
are
Metro.
Hey, Gerald.
Oh, is the game on or something?
Hey, Gerald, how are you?
How are you?
How are you, Gerald?
How are
Queer Eye for
you?
the Straight Guy is on. Oh no, you
That
guys all
guy.
turned gay
Poor
too.
guy.
Poor guy. Poor
Gay,
guy.
Gerald. Metrosexual.
That's kind of funny if you think about it. We just got done reviewing Little Crime Stoppers in the last couple episodes. Not this one, but the previous one with Joe. And that was Bill and Fosse. This guy. Your guy.
This guy.
Your guy. We didn't see them in the
Poor guy.
episode. I would have loved to have seen them in this episode. Maybe
Oh.
I'd be like more effeminate though. Be like, that's guy. We're guy.
Poor guy.
We're guy. Oh my
We're
gosh,
so
we're
gay.
so guy. I know, we're guy.
We're so gay.
So guy. Do you want to hold my hand? So guy. All right, anyway, so back to the party now as Randy's explaining to Gerald, everybody can be Metro now.
What's that?
Just because a guy cares about how he looks and is in touch with his feminine side doesn't mean he's gay anymore.
Yeah, metrosexual means you're straight, but you appreciate the gay culture.
It's super fabulous. Would you like some
mean-
charades?
It's super fabulous. Would you like some more charades? Honestly, you make a good point too. Where does Kenny's dad get the money for these clothes?
Right? Like, he's looking pretty fresh right now. And I don't know about you, but you can't look that fresh being Kenny.
No,
and his
you
family.
cannot. Seriously. No, like, in fact,
What the fuck?
like I was just having this conversation with my supervisor at work, and I was like, yo, that's a really nice shirt you're wearing. He's like, yeah, I got it from Untuck It. They have a store now. And I was like, yeah, I saw it at Arizona Mills. I was like, those are really nice shirts. He's like, yeah, but they're expensive. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, they're like $50, $60. He's like, if I could afford it, I'd get a bunch of them. He's like, but you know, you got kids and family, you got to be responsible. He's like, so it's maybe like once every couple months, I'll go buy myself a new Untuck It shirt. Like, for real, like that Japanese shirt that Randy's wearing, that's got to be at least $40, $50. That's designer right there, buddy.
Yeah, no, like that fucking bedazzled jeans and shit are like $110.
He's wearing at least a $300 outfit, Randy. And then you got to look at McCormick's. He's wearing that fishnet like top, and he's wearing a gold chain and like nice shorts. Like, where is he getting this money? Where is he getting this money?
Where are you getting your money?
I don't know.
Don't our men look
Shiraz
amazing?
is great.
Haven't you seen Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, Sheila? These 5 gay men go around and show straight men how to better themselves. It's the best.
It is? Well, sure, Sheila. Our husbands are all so clean and neat. My Randy irons his clothes and even has pedicures.
And they like to talk about their feelings now and drink wine and decorate the house. My Stephen shaved his chest and his balls. Ooh, I love it.
And how about our boys, huh? Ever since gay culture became cool, our boys bathe every night and brush their teeth 3 times a day. This is the greatest thing ever.
I don't know. Sometimes boys take cultural fads too far.
Now, there is some mega truth to that.
100%.
100% truth.
Like she's not wrong there is what she's talking about.
No, she is not wrong.
No. So if you just to kind of catch you up what happened in the scene there, as we mentioned, Kyle got home. Dad kind of freaked out a little bit, goes and talks to the other parents, finds out the other parents are totally into Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, and they're all Metro now. And then the women discussed how excited they were about the fact that not only are their men shaving their balls and cleaning themselves, the boys are taking better care of themselves due to this quote-unquote Metro fad. And Sheila, the only, I guess you might say, sane woman in the room, is like, I don't know, these fads can go too far. And she's right. It's going to go too far.
Well, hold on. Is shaving your balls really that bad?
No, I think she meant for the boys, not for the adults.
Yeah,
I think she meant for the children.
No, she was saying that her husband shaved his balls and his chest and all that shit.
Right, but I think Sheila was more upset about the fad that's affecting the children, not necessarily the adults. Okay. You get what I'm saying? Because adults are cognitive. They can make their own decisions. Right. They've gone through a maturation process where they're allowed to be whoever they want to be. Children are more, susceptible to that and naive to those type of fads. And I think that's what they're definitely talking about. But anybody, in this case, the whole episode is a commentary on everybody buying into fads. And that's true. That's still to this day.
Still to this day.
Yeah, still to this day. So now we're going to go to school now. The boys are going to be shocked, though, to find out that they are not the gayest or the metroist, as everybody has totally turned metrosexual here.
Oh,
jeez. I can't wait for Wendy to see how gay I look. That's true, you guys.
That's weird. Why would you think that to say that to your girlfriend? Like, I can't wait to see how Wendy sees how gay I am. Like, that's your girlfriend, dog.
Bro.
Chicks at school see how gay we are, they're going to be all over us.
This episode, at some points during this episode, it kind of hurts my head. Because it's like, you're saying, wait until Wendy sees how gay I am. Well, if you're acting gay, I'm sorry, but why do you have a girlfriend?
Well, the only people that really make sense in this episode of acting gay and being themselves is a Tweak and the Craig.
A Tweak and a Craig.
Tweak and a Craig, which we will see them here in this scene right now. They walk into school.
What the? Toodaloo, Connor.
Toodaloo,
Classies.
Okay,
freedom. Oh my God, where is my homework? I am freaking out.
I am freaking out.
Here we go.
Hey, Craig. You guys.
Boom. So look, right up front, we got Token, Craig. We've got
White.
The kid who's the white. It says his name on the jacket here. Let's go full screen and we can actually see it. Let's see.
Pretty gay. Thanks. Not as gay as us, though. Oh, please, Craig. We're 10 times gayer than you. Oh, yeah? We're super duper
We'll see it eventually. But it's the kid. It's the white kid. The whites.
It's Jonathan?
No, it's not Jonathan. Nobody ever thinks about the whites. And then we've got Tweak, of course, and Tweak is the one that surprised you the most when we were watching this. You were like, he's so mild mannered and like not neurotic. Maybe because he's being his natural self, and maybe they're foreshadowing here.
Oh,
deep thought for you there, bud.
We're ultra super stamp it, no erases mega gay.
What's all this fighting about, children?
These guys are trying to say they're gayer than us.
No. Don't tell me you children have taken up this whole metrosexual fad, too.
Oh, my God. This is not a fad. This is who we are.
No, it isn't. Last year, you children all trying to be black. Now you're all trying to be gay.
We're metrosexual. Maybe, but you'll never be as metrosexual.
You'll never be as metrosexual as us, says there, Craig. But yeah, so all 4 of those boys are now going to be their sworn enemies.
God, I hate Craig.
God, I hate Craig.
Cartman, I just like how he breaks down.
I don't feel very metrosexual.
Well, then don't buy into this fad, Kyle. Be who you are, not what's cool.
Not what's cool. So now, later on in school.
All right, children, let's take our seats.
Good morning, Mr. Garrison.
Everyone's all like,
well, don't you all look nice?
Ooh,
it's Jason.
Jason, I was thinking about it right now, too. Jason White.
Dude, what are you doing? I didn't feel comfortable in that stuff, dude. I'm just being me. Ha! Told you guys were straight. We're not straight. You're straight. You're straight. You're straight like a freeway.
What the hell is going on?
You're straight like a freeway.
Craig, in your
Straight
dreams.
freeway
I'm not
sign.
just gay. I'm a catamite.
I'm a catamite?
So, I'm half bisexual.
Oh, stop it. You kids don't even know what you're talking about.
That makes you less
Eric,
gay.
you're not half bi.
I'm like a quarter bi. My grandpa was bi, so that makes me quarter bi.
That logic actually holds up in 2021.
It does. It kind of does.
Sadly. And I'm not, look, I'm not, if you are what you consider to be gender neutral or non-binary, gender fluid, whatever you want me to identify yourself, if I met you in person, like I will do that. However, I would also say that there are extreme people, and I'm not talking about you and that person. I'm talking about those extreme people who use this as an example, like where they're like, I'm this, and I'm this. And I'm like, you know what? Honestly, sounds like you have some deeper psychological issues in which you're not allowing yourself to identify one as who you are as one person. So like, I'm not judging. You do you, honey, because like that's not going to affect my life. But like, it's definitely a pretty profound take here. I'm like a quarter bi. I'm like my mom was bi, my grandma's bi, so that makes me like a quarter bi. So it's like, I don't know. Again, whatever you choose to be, we're not judging, and because it doesn't affect our lives. I hope you have a great life. Mm-hmm. And if I met you in person, I would totally treat you the same. But like at the same time, like this current example itself is pretty poignant right now. I don't know about what do you think?
You pretty much covered, because there's so many. How many genders are there now?
Oh, there's a lot, apparently. Like I'm told. I know.
Okay.
I know. It's confusing. I mean, or at least the last time I had checked, when I took the psychology class in college a couple years ago, it was 7. But now I'm being told it's more. So I don't know. There's cisgender, not cis. I don't. We don't need to get into it here on this podcast.
It's cool. It's cool that they can,
identify whatever makes them feel
identify
comfortable.
whatever you feel comfortable. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, if we're in a public setting, I'm still going to be he, she, or you, or them. I mean, it's not going against it's not a social construct or anything. It's nature. You're a man or a woman. And that's what I'm going to identify you as in my own mind. And I'm not doing it to judge you.
Right.
Like, you can sit there and say, well, I'll be like, cool, that's great. And I'll identify you as that. But at the same time, my brain in my mind is identifying you as a man or a woman, so I don't do or say something completely off base.
Right. No, I get, and I'd even say more so like the transsexual community in regards to that. At least I think from more of a public standpoint, it's easier to say to identify with that in public, because you'd be like, oh, she's a female. You can maybe tell she's still transitioning to a female if she's not fully transitioned yet, but you're still thinking, okay, she's a female, right? Mm-hmm. So like that's even still easier. It's what we're getting now into this gray zone we're talking about, where there's all these different genders and identities, and we're confused.
I'm a dolphin, but it's like, you don't even look like a dolphin.
I don't know. That's a little extreme. Now you're being Gerald Broflovsky.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as you heard there at the school, the boys are shocked to find out that everyone else is taking to metrosexuality. Even Pip and Timmy have caught on in class. Timmy. And inevitably, Craig arrives with Tweak, Token, and Jason, as you heard, in tow, and starts arguing with Cartman over who is gayer. It's not until Chef, one of the few men against the new fad, or who arrived and said, hey guys, you need to stop. Then Kyle comes back to class and he decides he does not want to be gay. In class, Garrison eventually, as you heard, has an argument with Cartman and the other boys about the, identity itself of gay. You can't identify as being bisexual or a quarter bisexual just because your grandmother was bisexual, which, by the way, we met his grandmother, or saw his grandmother, on the Merry Christmas Charlie Manson, and she had a husband. So I don't know. Maybe she was bi. We can't really tell.
And one could also argue, well, there is an argue that being gay or being bisexual isn't really, you don't get to choose it. Like, you don't really get to choose what you're attracted to.
There is that argument.
I've also learned,
I think people make that argument all the time, that at least from my heard, that those people who say, like we were talking, I was having this conversation with my buddy Darren, who's been on the podcast before with us. And Darren was like, I was told today that in my prior existence, I wasn't bisexual, but now in this existence I am. And Darren was like, bravo for identifying as who you are, but you can't say you were previously not bisexual. If you're bisexual, then you were bisexual. Is what he was getting at too, and he supports the LGBTQ community heavily. You know what I mean? So it's like I get what he was saying, but I was also trying to make the argument. Well, maybe that individual didn't understand or consciously know that they were bisexual, so they couldn't identify that previous existence of themselves, and this new existence in which they identify, they believe they're bisexual. So there's like some higher conscious gray area stuff there. You know what I mean? So again, we do not judge you. We hope you are having a great existence in your life. Hope you're finding love and happiness, and people treat you with respect as well as you deserve. You're a human being at the end of the day, so you still deserve to be respected on whatever level you wish to be respected on. We've gone on a long diatribe now.
Just a little bit.
Back to the episode. Cartman, in class, as you heard after that, the next day decides that since Kyle was not Metro, that he's going to have to kill him. And Stan suggests that we don't have to kill him. We should just not hang out with him. And then Cartman's even like... Cartman's like, you hear that, Kenny? Stan says we shouldn't hang out with Kyle anymore. We'll let him break the news.
We'll let him break the news.
So he manipulated his way by suggesting an extreme, so Stan would come in and suggest the actual option that they could take care of.
Pure manipulation.
But before we go back to school, Garrison, now seeing everybody gay in class, decides, man, is everybody turned gay? And he decides to go to the bar. And this is where he starts hitting on all the other metrosexual men.
Ain't couple in town anymore.
Huh. Jesus Christ.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Look at that, Mr. Slave. Our cup runneth over.
Jesus Christ.
Mr. Garrison, those are great pants.
Thanks, Jimbo. I really like your outfit, too. So Jimbo, you want to come back to my place with me and Mr. Slave?
For what?
Well, you know.
No.
Huh. Mr. Garrison. Hey, doll. Oh, hey, Randy. You're looking ultra fabulous. Thanks, you too.
You too. You too.
So, Randy.
Randy.
You want me to give you a hand job?
I'm going to give you a hand job in the bathroom.
No, thanks. I'm not like that. Not like that. How
What
about
the hell?
some Shiraz, guys?
Shiraz.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Twig. My pleasure,
Silly buns.
Oh, well, Mr. Tweak, why don't we go back to my place? Why? Well, you know, I was just thinking we could put on some music and watch videos and pound Mr. Slave's tight little ass.
Oh, Jim. What'd you do?
Oh, goodness, no, I'm straight.
Pound Mr. Slave's tight little ass.
Oh, what the hell is going on here? Why won't anybody pound Mr. Slave's butt? Well, we don't pound butt, Mr. Garrison. We're straight. Those pants and those shoes say you pound butt.
Hey, now that's not true. My shoes don't say I pound butt.
No, your shoes say you take it in the butt. Mr. Garrison, we've learned that gays are totally cool.
Those pants.
You know what's interesting here? I want to like foreshadow this here. Later on in the episode, they're going to get into an argument about their dress and how they dress, right? About who's a better dresser. Yeah. Do you notice that when Garrison insults him, no one has shit to say, though? It's like, fuck, we can't go against the gay guy. The gay guy knows what he's talking about. Like, no one claps back at Garrison. Like, Garrison just shuts him down. Those shoes say you give it. Those shoes say you take it. Shut the fuck up. And then the other guy now comes in, Scooter. We've learned to just be like you. And then now Mr. Garrison's going to have a meltdown here.
You're just one of us now. Yeah. One of you? We spent our whole lives trying not to be one of you. You can't do this to us.
Can't do this to us.
Have you guys seen this? It's a conditioner that you can leave in and it detoxifies the scalp. Oh, is that from Origins? Yeah, it's a charcoal-based thing.
Stan, is that from Origins?
Charcoal-based thing? Yeah, the charcoal-based thing.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, here he goes. Kyle, he wants to play football, and he's going to get his ass kicked here by the gays. Or the Metros. Sorry. I don't want to misclassify.
We'll throw the football around?
The Mets.
The Mets.
Well, the Mets do suck, so, I mean, that does work on a lot of levels here in this episode.
Look, guys, a lot of the kids in school are talking, okay? And they're spreading rumors that we're not metrosexuals because we hang out with Kyle. Well, what can we do about it? We have no choice, you guys. We're just going to have to kill Kyle.
The go-to.
What?
I love
That's stupid. We wouldn't have to kill Kyle. We would just have to tell him not to hang around us anymore. Oh, you know, you're right, Stan. We just have to tell Kyle not to hang around us anymore. Wait, what? You hear that, Kenny? Stan,
hear that,
we
Kenny?
tell Kyle not to hang around us anymore. I think he's right.
I think he's right.
Good luck telling him, Stan.
Good luck.
No, it won't be easy.
Tell him, Stan.
Hey, Butch boy. Nice football you got there.
Fucking so
Hey,
smart.
Butch boy.
You had a manicure, straight man.
Straight man.
Yeah, let's see that hair. Look, he's not even using any product.
Stupid.
Hey, what's going on? Oh, here comes the Butch boys to help their butch
And like this would happen in school during a fad or something. You know, at that age.
And then they bounce. They leave him. And even Kyle's like, Stan?
Stan, no. Turn their back on him.
This playground is for metrosexuals, macho dad. Take your dad flaming ass to some other school.
Okay, so I don't. This is what I don't understand. Why are they friends? Why are they friends? Because not only do each and every one of them, except Kenny. Kenny is the only one that has never really fucked them over in any way. Stan and Kyle fucked each other over. Cartman's fucked everybody over.
Yeah, I think I'd say so. Like, the only thing Cartman has really ever done to Kenny was when they were at the poor school together, or when they were orphans later on, and then the NASCAR episode. Like, he's mad. He's like, "You don't think I could be just as good as you, Kenny? I wasn't born with a plastic spoon, right?" But he's never really dogged or come after Kenny too much. It's just usually Kyle, and then Stan ends up being collateral damage sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, if you even, as we even heard when Kenny died, even so much so later on, you know what I mean, with Cartman giving Kenny getting the BFF bracelet, and of course with the Shakey's Pizza.
Shakey's Pizza.
Trying to get stem cells right before Hackman later on with stem cells, as they've referenced stem cells twice. In the heat of the moment where Cartman gets it legalized, and later on where it becomes illegal again. But in this part of the scene continuing on here now, Gerald has turned Metro. Kyle comes home. He's got his ass beat. And Gerald's like, we can cover that up. But Kyle is just astonished by the fact that his dad is now Metro. And he's like, just stay away from me. Because Kyle is just trying to get away from this fad in general of everybody being Metro. So Kyle, after seeing some Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, is going to get an idea. And we'll get back to his idea. Because at first, Mr. Garrison's going to show up to Chef. And he's going to ask him for his advice on what happened. And what was it like to have his culture stolen.
Oh, hello, Mr. Garrison.
Chef, can I talk to you?
Sure.
Come, slave.
Come on in.
Thanks. Come, slave.
Chef's like, what? Okay.
It's just awful, Chef.
Look at Mr. Slave's feet not touching the floor. I love that.
Oh my God, I just thought about something.
What?
That we didn't even think about the whole time. Mr. Garrison went to a black man's house, walked up to his door, knocked on the door, and then said, "Come, slave," in front of a black man.
Well, his name is Mr. Slave.
That's not his legal name, though.
What's his real name?
I don't remember. But still, you don't.
Did I ever even say it?
It's still questionable, though, to say it, though. Which is why fucking Chef's face, he's like, what? Come, slave.
Okay, fair enough.
You know what I mean?
All right, that's pretty funny.
It's crazy. I just caught that.
Totally different person who stood out in this town. Now every straight guy is acting gayer than me.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, what do you want me to do about it?
Chef, what did you do when white people stole your culture?
Oh, well, we black people just always try to stay out in front of them.
How did you do that?
Well, like with our slang. Black people always used to say, "I'm in the house," instead of "I'm here." But then white people all started to say "in the house," so we switched it to "in his house." His house became his house, and then
I wonder if he's freeballing this, or if this is scripted.
Then in the hizzle, which we had to change to hizzle for zizzle, and now because white people say hizzle for zizzle, we have to say flippity floppity floop.
Flippity floppity floop.
We don't have time for all that, Chef. Oh, if only those Queer Eye for the Straight Guy people understood what they were doing. Wait, that's it. I know exactly what to do.
Mr. Slave is
Come on,
just sitting
Mr. Slave. Let's get back to our flippity floppity floop.
Oh, no. Damn it, don't call it that.
Damn it, don't call it that. Now we have to come up with something else. So, as you heard there, Mr. Garrison is going to go see the Queer Eye for the Straight People guy. That's his idea. And Kyle, now he shows up at the train station to go. And they're like, "Where are you going?" He's like, "One ticket to New York, please." He's like, "Where are you going to New York for?" He's like, "I'm going to see the Queer Eye for the Straight People." And he's like, "Oh, that's great. They can help you with those dated clothes." Because the train guy is apparently into the show. So now Kyle shows up here with Mr. Garrison. They're both sitting on the bus. And they're like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And they both explain what their plan is.
Wait, so on the pan in on the bus, none of those dudes were Metro.
You don't think so?
No, they didn't even. None of that. See, look at that. Nobody's Metro.
Maybe nobody's Metro there. And I guess not everybody's Metro, but I guess in this case, that train station guy was.
Yeah. All right. Conspiracy.
Mr. Garrison?
Kyle, what are you doing here?
They're both holding knives like it's cool.
What? That's what I'm doing.
Oh, no, they ruined my life. I I gotta kill them first.
They took gay culture from real gays, and their asses are
They're
ours.
gays.
You
took our culture.
Did so.
I thought of it yesterday.
I thought of it 2 days ago.
I thought of it before you were born.
Stop
Jesus
it,
Christ.
you two. Stop it. Don't you see how crazy this is?
Oh, you're right.
You're right, Mr. Slade.
We can both kill
We
him.
can both kill them together.
Cool. Wow, we look great. Yeah, let's see Craig outgay us now.
Boys, come on. There's a sale down in Express for Men. Hey, guys, there's a sale at Express for Men. Oh, my God.
Go!
You guys have got to see these shoes I bought.
Hurry, you guys. The mall closes in 7 hours. Oh, why can't we all live at the mall?
You know, I'm starting to think this whole metrosexual thing isn't so great.
I know what you mean. All my husband ever does now is look at himself in the mirror. He cares more about how he
right around
looks
the
than
mall
how
and
I
shit.
look. I hope something happens soon. To
What
put
y'all
an
don't
end to
know
this
is
whole
I'm
thing.
pissing Matt the fuck off.
This guy every fucking week can't get through one fucking podcast. He's like a child. I'm doing a podcast with a child every week.
I just
Guys
choked
are
on my
changing
water.
the world. And tomorrow, we're going to have you make over the President of the United States.
Oh my God, I think I'm gonna faint.
So now they're going to make over the president, but here comes Mr.
Room
Garrison.
service.
Rims?
We didn't order any room
Oh,
service.
this is one of my favorite parts.
The
Here we
woman
go.
at the front desk sent it up. Carol? I'll have to check on this. Excuse me a minute, fellas.
What does he got to check on?
Because he's questioning, like, who the fuck is setting up room service? We know where this shit. Fuck Carol.
But he
Okay,
like
Mr.
lets the
Slime.
food go in.
Because he checked the food and he doesn't want the food to get cold. So there's food. He sees that as a valuable thing. But now he's going to go back down and reprimand her by saying, look, you shouldn't have never fucking sent this shit up. I didn't tell you to do this. Who gave you the order to do that?
Okay.
That's how corporations work, bro. No one just goes, cool, free food. No, they go, what the fuck? I didn't order this. Let me go check on this. Why are you sending us shit, Carl? You're disturbing us. Mr. Slave.
Just cry.
Well, crap. That didn't work.
So Mr. Slave, as you heard there, crashed through the freaking windows here. So let's catch up on a couple things. As we mentioned there, Kyle purchased a train ticket to New York, and on the train openly carried a large knife, as we talked about. He sat down with Garrison. They argued back and forth before deciding they could both kill the Queer Eye peeps. Then we go back into South Park. We heard the shopping spree that was going on. Why can't we just live at the mall? And now the women are starting to get fed up with all this Queer Eye for the straight guy stuff. Then we jumped back over to New York where we saw the Queer Eye people doing their minor celebration of having good ratings and the fact that they're going to make over the president of the United States. And then Kyle distracted them Mr. Garrison and Kyle distracted the people at the front, the executive by coming in with food and then going to reprimand Carol, and Mr. Slave crashed through the window. So now, as I talked about here at the beginning of the episode, now we're going to go back to the mall, and now this is where the boys are going to be arguing about who dresses what, or how they dress, who dresses better, I guess.
Who dresses best, yeah.
You better shut up, Craig. Everyone knows it's true. It is not. Well, so.
Craig, behave yourself. Yeah, Stanley, what are you fighting about?
Dad, Craig's trying to say that his dad can outdress you.
What? Son, that's a silly thing to fight about.
Yeah, everyone already knows I dress better than Randy.
Oh, really?
I mean, you do have the fashion sense of a Japanese woman.
Oh, please, girlfriend.
Says
you
the
look like
dude
some
wearing
kind of little orphan Annie
pinstriped
nightmare.
pants with a red button up and a pink ascot. Even I can dress better than that.
Look, you guys are carrying this fad too far. Will you please stop acting this way?
I like how Randy becomes the spokesman here.
You don't.
Out of the
like
malls and
us
into the
being
streets. Out of the
metrosexual?
malls and into the streets.
Well,
This is great
you
here.
know what I think? I think you're all metrophobic.
Yeah.
What?
We shouldn't be fighting amongst ourselves. We should be uniting against metrophobes like these.
This is crazy.
Crazy.
Different. Outcasts.
Call us what you will.
But us metros are real people, just like you.
Just
You
like
can
you.
metro bash us all you want, but we're here to stay.
Yeah, Bob. We're proud of
That's
who we are.
right.
That's right. Proud.
Dad.
You know what I think, guys? I think we should have a metrosexual pride parade.
Great idea, Eric. Great idea, Eric. We can make clothes and decorate them with sprays and flowers.
Come on, fellas.
Out of the malls
that-
and into the streets! Out of the malls and into the streets! Out of the malls and into the streets!
How did that
So
show
that
do
was
to
the
them?
pink parka you were talking about.
That's
Okay,
the
that's
pink
the one that
parka.
I would rock.
That pink parka's
yeah.
fire, bro. I'm
Yeah,
calling
pretty
it
dope.
park fire. All right, so now we're going to go back to HBC where Mr. Garrison's going to kind of apologize and like plead his case about the fact that why would you do this to our gay culture? And he's going to push and find out that guess what, Scoop? They're not gay. Let's find out who they are.
You sure you don't want to press charges? That's okay, officer. I think they
Why
learned
is the
murder
Canadian
is wrong.
Especially
charges?
in those pants.
A Canadian
Look,
voice.
guys, we're sorry we tried to
Charges.
murder you, but you have to stop what you're doing. Are you crazy? We're the hottest thing on TV. But don't you see the price? You're selling out your own kind.
Your own
Us
kind.
gays have created a lifestyle, a culture that is uniquely ours.
Mr.
If we
Hat.
keep trying to make straight people into us, well, we're going to have no identity left.
Sorry, Charlie, no sale.
Sorry, Charlie, no sale.
But
this doesn't make sense. How can gay men do this to their own people?
Because they're not really gay.
Unless
Grab.
we're not
You
gay
gay.
at all.
Oh. You had to keep pushing.
You just had to push it, didn't you?
Wait, you really not gay?
Just had to keep asking questions. Now you know the truth.
They are gay?
They aren't gay?
For 1,000 years, our kind of lived.
I like how
beneath the
Music
Earth's
Garrison
crust,
knows right away.
banished by
Oh
man
my
in
God.
kindling wars.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, I know exactly.
Oh my god.
Oh my God, I know exactly who you are.
Not the crab people.
Yeah,
Tastes like crab. Crab.
Talk like people. Crab people. Crab people.
Crab people. Crab people.
Crab people. Then we
It just freeze frame right there.
That's how it went into black when the original commercial. Huh?
Crab people. Crab people. Crab people.
See now where we have been forced
Underground
to live
base
for
of the crab
1,000
people.
years. But soon we shall rule the land above, and mankind will be gone.
Gone?
Crab people. Crab people.
Crab people are too small and weak to take over man by force, and so we came up with
This
our
is freaking
perfect
out.
plan.
Yeah, it's kind of gross. I don't.
If you can't beat man, change man.
I knew it. I knew gay people would never do this to their own kind.
When all the world is metrosexual, the crab people shall finally reign supreme.
Crab people. Crab people. Taste like crab. Talk like people. Crab people. Crab
You never turned
people.
me into a metrosexual. I like being a dirty, filthy little boy.
Okay, so now.
Very well. If we can't make you into metrosexuals, then we will make you into crab people. Take that!
Now they're going to give Kyle a crab people makeover. As before, I don't want to get hit for copyright there. So as they go through the whole same process, Kyle getting makeover into turning into a crab. They give him the claws, the face paint, and he's a crab person now.
Crab people. Crab people.
Right. So now they go to the gay pride or the metrosexual parade, where everybody is just having a ball. And if this parade's going to break down because one of the floats ends up on fire, and now none of the men in town want to put the fire out.
Tom, I'm standing in South Park, Colorado, where the first annual Metrosexual Pride Parade is underway.
And the boys, we're here. We're not queer, but we're close.
We're here. We're not queer.
But we're close. Get used to it.
We're here. We're not queer, but we're close.
Look how sad that bird
I
looks.
can't take it anymore. I should have never wished for a cleaner, neater husband.
Ladies,
Well,
get your
look what
things.
you got.
I know what we have to do.
So now the women have decided they're going to go kill the Queer Eye people. But before doing that, as we mentioned, here's the fire that's going to happen.
Oh my God, it's on fire! Put it out! Put it out! I can't do anything. These are brand new pants. The heat could really damage our hair. We better let the police handle this. Are you crazy? I just had my uniform pressed.
Oh, Jesus, it's burning!
Just burning the whole town. Put it out. Put it out. Put it out. So now we're back at HBC.
Mr. President, it is such
They're
an
making
honor
over
to
the
make
president.
you over.
Now, we've got to do something with your hair. And your nails are filthy. Let's get those clean.
This
Your
is gay
nails
gold.
are filthy.
Stop them! They're crab people!
They cannot see or hear us, foolish man. Now stand by and watch as your pitiful race becomes helpless.
So there, as you heard, they're at the TV station. Well, this is all going to break down as the moms are going to come in. They're going to attack and kill the crab people, or kill the queer eye for the straight eye people. And then the executives are like, "Why? Why did you do this?" And then they explain why.
Ow!
What have you done?
We're sorry, but we didn't have a choice. You see, at first we liked having our men be clean and neat. We thought that having them use product in their hair and wanting facials would make them sexier. But it doesn't.
It doesn't.
That's right.
That's right.
Even though my Steven sicks me out sometimes, it's his rugged, manly grossness that I'm attracted to.
We're sorry, but we knew that the
You
only
gotta find
answer
that
was
healthy
to
balance
kill the
between
queer eye
half
guys.
gross man
Well,
and
you're
half
going
neat
to
man.
jail for the...
It's like you're going to jail, but then all of a sudden...
Evil plans.
No. Oh, they were crab people.
Oh my God.
Oh my
They were
God.
crab people.
Yes, that's
Yes! They were trying to systematically make men into wusses so they could take over the world.
fucking Kyle.
Mom. I should have known
I
they were
should have
crab
known.
people. They tried this before with the Jeffersons.
The Jeffersons.
They tried this before.
Oh,
that's not good. That's not good.
That's
That joke might not hold up in 2021, but it's
that
funny.
might cross a line or
Like,
two today.
I don't think you can say that.
I don't think you can say that.
So here we go. Now they're going to bring back another fad scoop.
So now can you please change your network's programming? Yes. Yes, I think this gay fad is over. Gentlemen, back to Studio 12. We're going to bring back the Latin fad.
The Latin fad. Look at South Park.
So the signs on gang, it's graffiti.
Hey, is this?
Hey, it's this.
You want some cerveza?
You want some cerveza? And now everybody's back to being somewhat normal.
Kyle! Hey, I say you want to come play catch with us? What? You want me to hang out with you? Yeah, it's cool, Holmes.
It's cool,
No,
Holmes.
dude, it really isn't cool. You all turned your backs on me. You're supposed to be my best friends and you treated me like nothing. And now you all expect me to just forget it all and hang out with you again like nothing happened?
Don't be such a
Kyle, don't be
fag.
such a whiny little gay wad. Come play catch with us. Yeah, don't be such a fag, dude.
And he just walks away.
So Kyle then, he looks like he's going to walk away, but then he turns around and like every child.
God damn it.
And that is how the episode ends. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back on the other side after a word from our sponsors, as well as where you can continue to find and download all of our amazing content. We will be right back. We're back. Subscribe to Suck My Balls, a South Park review on Spotify, Apple's, iTunes, anywhere you want to download a podcast. Just type that in, subscribe to our feed. You'll get the latest, greatest episode each and every week. You can also listen to us on YouTube and go back and watch some videos or any of our library. It's all there. Suck My Balls, South Park review. Hey guys, we just want to take this quick time out here just to recognize our sponsor. What's that? Well, who's our sponsor?
Baked Boys Club.
Baked Boys Club. TheBakedBoysClub.com.
The Baked Boys Club.
That's right, the Baked Boys Club. You can use our code SuckMyBallsPod and you'll save how much, Joe?
20 motherfucking percent.
20.
You heard it right.
20%.
20%.
That's right, 20%. 20. That's 1/5 off your order just by typing in Suck My Balls Pod at thebakedboysclub.com. What does the Baked Boys Club have? Well, they've got hats, they've got shirts, they've got stickers, tons of different apparel. They've got mystery boxes, and if you use that code, according to Scoop, it brings it down to $49.95. So use Suck My Balls Pod code at thebakedboysclub.com. Baked Boys, not just a brand,
a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. That's right.
It's a lifestyle. I may have been too big to do that.
And we are back. Once again, shout out to our sponsor, thebakedboysclub.com. Use our code SuckMyBallsPod and you'll save 20%. That's right, 20% off your order. The Baked Boys, not just a brand, it's a lifestyle. I finally got it right after this whole fucking time. Ladies and gentlemen, well, each and every episode, sometimes we get to do a very special thing. We get to do one of our favorite segments. You might have not heard it in a while, but we're bringing it back to you. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for another edition of...
What did Kenny say?
What did Kenny say? We're back for another edition. Damn right. So what did Kenny say on this episode? So he starts off, Cartman says, "Oh my gosh, are you serious? That was the cutest top ever." And Stan's like, "I know." And Kenny's like, "I just love this jacket because it's so beautiful." And he's talking about his purple jacket. And Stan says, "Oh, tell me about it, Ken doll." So that's one of Kenny's early lines. Then later on, Cartman says, "We can't let Kyle out in public like this," referring to the makeover. And Kenny's like, "That's the truth."
That's the truth.
Then later on, Cartman says, "That's true, you guys. When the chicks at school see how gay we are, they're going to be all over us." And Kenny's like, "Woohoo!" Right? And then later on, we see Cartman and referring to Kenny, Stan and Kenny as well. Oh, and then more or less, Stewart says, "We can make floats and decorate them with streamers and flowers." And Kenny says, "Woo-hoo." So I really think that's all. I think that's what Kenny said.
Yeah, that's what Kenny said. We think. I mean, that's really all he said.
Yeah, he didn't really say much of anything else. Like, he basically was kind of there in the background. He had the early lines, as we mentioned there in the beginning of the episode, but then after that, yeah, he didn't really say anything. But coming up next, to cap off our episode, we're going to go through some of our trivia, references to pop culture, as well as some continuity. And we got a little bit here, so we're going to try and fly through it as fast as possible. We'll see if this week's edition of Can Scoop Read
Fuck off
takes off. Go ahead, Scoop.
All right, so when all the men are shopping, the wives are in semi-dressed mode. Or semi-depressed.
And he's already lost.
But for some reason, Leanne Cartman, who is unmarried, is with them acting depressed. This is likely because of the fact that Cartman is shopping with them, or that even the single men are shopping and acting gay, thus keeping her from getting male attention.
Pretty good.
This is the first time where Craig Tucker is shown without his hat. Oh, okay. Big Al does not appear in this episode, although he is a prominent gay character. In South Park annual Metrosexual Pride Parade, Mr. Mackey dresses in the same outfit as Mr. Slade. Linda Stotch mentions her husband several times, although Steven doesn't make an appearance in this episode.
Nope, you never see him.
Oh, Stotch! You don't want to bury your kid in there, Stotch. The ground is sour. Trey and Matt do not like this episode, thinking the crap people's idea was really stupid and not liking how the third act went.
I can agree
so much with that.
So let's talk about some references to pop culture here. Cartman's metrosexual shirt has a picture of Hollywood legend Marilyn Monroe. The men chanting "out of the malls and into the streets" is a reference to Dog Day Afternoon. The Metrosexual Pride Parade is a reference to the annual Pride Parade, of course. The line, "We're here, we're not queer, but we're close, get used to it," is a reference to the slogan, "We're here, we're queer, get used to it," created by activist group Queer Nation.
I've noticed that with that part of society that just, yeah. Like, if you can come up with a catchy phrase, out of the malls and into the streets, and you can get people to chant it, "Make America great, make America great." Dumb shit. People will just be like, "No."
Brainworms, bro. You get a brainworm into somebody, and it subconsciously hypnotizes them or something. So Gerald Broflovsky and Sheila Broflovsky watch HBC, and the television show lists the following programs, and they are real life shows: Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, Boy Meets Boy, Will and Grace, and The Love Boat. Of course, they added with men. That is a joke.
Boy Meets Boy is a real show.
These are all real shows.
What's Boy Meets Boy?
I don't know, and it has something to do with probably guys meeting guys or something.
I don't
know. After the crab people are defeated, the head of programming mentions the television show. The Jeffersons once tried to do this. During the boys' trip to the South Park Mall, two of the stores they visit are Forever 16, obviously a reference to Forever 21, and Marcy's, a reference to Macy's. The song that plays while the boys give Kyle a makeover is "All Things Just Keep Getting Better" by Wildlife with Simone Denny, and is the opening theme song for Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. That's why I don't want to get him copyright. Chef says the latest expression used by black people that has not yet been co-opted by white people is flippity floppity Floop. This is actually a reference to a 1957 Bugs Bunny cartoon, Ali Baba Bunny, where Bugs poses as a genie and casts a spell by doing a crazy dance, and as he chants a few words of gibberish ending in flippity floppity floop. Just blew your mind there, didn't I? Boom. All right, Scoop, wrap us up with some of that continuity. So what's going on with the show and how are they connecting things?
This episode again demonstrates Kyle's inability to follow popular fads and trends. The first time this happens is in Chipmunk Town.
No, what?
I'm sorry. All right, hold on. This episode again demonstrates Kyle's inability to follow popular fads and trends. The first time this happens is in Chimpokemon.
I'm totally going to leave in the other one. It's funny.
Oh, fine, whatever.
Chipmunk. You said Chipmunk Town. What the fuck?
I've got to buy Jim Pokemon. I've got to buy it. I've got to buy it. Got to buy it. Jim Pokemon.
Chipmunk Town? That's not even a South Park thing. Chipmunk Town. Jim Slay is probably rolling over laughing.
This is yet another time that Cartman has suggested that they kill Kyle. This was also done in paper and Grey
Right?
Dawn.
You gotta kill Kyle.
I almost said Great Popper.
God.
When Mr. Garrison and Mr. Slave come to Chef's house to ask him for advice, Chef says, black people always used to say, I'm in the house, instead of, I'm here. But then white people all started to say, in the house. So we switched it to, in his house. His house became his house, and then white folks started saying that, and we had to change it to hizzy. Then in the hizzy, which we had to change to hizzle for shizzle, and now because white people say hizzy for shizzy, or hizzle for shizzle, we have to say flippity floppity floop. The last phrase was earlier included in the episode Osama bin Laden has farty pants, when bin Laden says the similar phrase, flippity floppity floop jihad jihad.
Yep. Flippity floppity floop jihad jihad.
This is the second time Eric Cartman claims to be LGBT because of his relatives is LGBT. This was first in Tom's Rhinoplasty.
Which you can go back and listen to, that's season 1.
Yeah.
Go back and listen to that review.
Oh, that's a good one. At the end of Follow That Egg, the metrosexual versions of several characters, including Randy Marsh, Stuart McCormick, and several other parents, can be seen celebrating in the crowd.
Follow That Egg is the Easter episode. We'll get there eventually. But ladies and gentlemen, that's your continuity pop culture references to trivia as well as the full recap. Scoop, what did you like about the episode?
Mr. Slave, for my number one favorite scene is when Mr. Slave comes flying in through the window, smashes through, hits the ground, and Jesus Christ. Oh, well, that didn't work.
That's a good scene. That is a very good scene. I like the end with the crab people and Garrison and them running in. Yes, it's crab people. They were trying to systematically take over. God damn it. They tried to do this before with the Jeffersons.
Yeah,
I thought that was funny. I like the part as well. I like the opening scene with Cartman and then them having to take everybody on taking Kyle on the makeover. I thought that was funny.
That was pretty funny. I like that one too. What else did I like about this episode? Cartman, the way that Cartman dressed.
Cartman dresses pretty funny. I like how he talks too, like when he's gay, but then he can easily revert back to non-metro speak. They had to kill Cat.
How he manipulated Stan into having to tell Kyle that they're not friends anymore.
Right, that's a good point. All right, let's talk about what we didn't like. And I mean, I have to kind of agree with Matt and Trey. Like the third act is a little weird just to kind of go into crab people.
Weak. Yeah, it's pretty weak.
And I could see why they wouldn't like this episode because other than maybe in the video game and then maybe in the 200th episode, them in the background, we don't really get a reference to crab people again. No. They're in the video games. That makes sense because it works in the video game, right? As a boss or something like the crab peoples and stuff like that is one of the gangs that attack you throughout the town. But other than that, crab people, not the highest as far as quote unquote villains for South Park itself. The episode was
pretty forgettable.
I mean, the episode was funny. It's still poignant, as we mentioned, to this day in regards to the take on sexuality and whatnot, because even in 2021, all those shows are still actually going. It's ridiculous. They've come back and been rebooted. Boy Meets Boy, Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. Will and Grace got a reboot. You know, The Love Boat, I don't know if that got rebooted, but I'm sure it did with men. That's probably something that happened, and it's on Netflix that I'm not aware of. Well,
somewhere out there.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for another edition of
Suck my balls, suck my balls, my balls, suck 'em dry.
I'm your host in the heat, and I can't be beat. I'm the guy who's high. The air is dry. your boy, Matthew. Underscore Shaffer. You can follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at Matthew_Shaffer. You can follow us as a podcast at Suck My Balls Pod on Instagram and Twitter. And you can also follow us and like us, our stuff on Facebook at the South Park Pod. And of course, one thing you can do is if you want to interact with us as we continue to get closer to episode 111, if you'd like to send in a congratulatory drop, or you'd like to roast us, or you would just like to say, hey, I like the show, even something quick, send something, 0 to 60 seconds, and we'll play it for you and let you know how much we appreciate you checking out.
That'd be awesome. Please do it. I would love to hear some of you.
Yeah, we've already got a couple, so we appreciate you there. Scoop.
Apparently, I'm the co-host that doesn't know how to read. So that's what I'm going to go out on is I hope you enjoy my fucking Chipmunk Town.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if I could help make a suggestion, we will start a brand new GoFundMe or an Amazon wish list, and we can get Scoop hooked on monkey phonics, so that way he can read a little bit more with the fucking monkey. You guys.
Ladies, I'm so sissy, guys. I hate you so much.
Joe, we miss you, buddy. Well, we know you should be back.
Hope you're traveling safe.
Should be back with us on the next one as he's coming back when this episode drops in the new year. So, we guys, ladies and gentlemen,
New Year.
We appreciate you continuing to be part of our Check My Balls journey. And come on back next week for another edition of Check My Balls. Laters, folks.
Bye.